Hey everyone, we've got a little bit of a different video for you guys today. We are not going camping, which is extremely disappointing. But anyway, we wanted to run you through the main things that we do to prepare to go off-grid camping. So this stuff is, we do it every time, even if we're going with the kids or just Delty and I. So I guess it's like a top five, but
top five, not really top five, but just five things that we thought were probably the most important for us.
Yeah, so we wanted to run through them today, just in the hopes that maybe you guys get something out of it, or it might help you for when you're prepping for your off-grid camping.
Exactly right, and I think the reason why we've started trying to do this, and there will be a few other videos of sort of similar vein, is that we've had questions and some comments coming through from awesome people that have been watching our channel. So yeah, hopefully, like Sue says, hopefully this does help out, answer some of the questions that you've had for us around preparation and that sort of stuff, especially around off-grid camping.
Yeah. All right, let's get into it.
Awesome. Excellent. So number one, pretty basic, but charging. Making sure before you head out, charge everything. So things like your lights that are rechargeable, your batteries that you'll use, when you're off grid, charging up all of them before you head out. So when you do get out there, everything's ready to go. And when I mention about like just charging, it's not just your lights, it's your two-way radios, those sorts of things like UHF, having a radio, those sorts of things. Have your wireless out there, AM, FM radio, that's charged up. We also take batteries as well, make sure that that's stocked up when we do go, but making sure everything that we need that needs to be charged up is charged. So that for us includes our battery boxes for 12 volt when we're off-grid camping. So we'll make sure that they're fully charged up. Another thing as well, which is really great when you do, prepping this stuff before you do head out, is because you can check when you do start charging up, your lights and those sorts of things, just making sure that they're in good working order, especially with the battery boxes that we do take out. Like that's our sole power when we're off grid. So whilst I'm charging them, I'll make sure that, we're checking over them, making sure that they're in good working order. I do charge the battery boxes with the solar panel out in the backyard, just so I can actually check the cabling, make sure everything's right, make sure that the inline fuses, all of them are all in working order, just to make sure that when we do get out there, they're not going to fail. Everything's ready to go. But yeah, that is something that we always do, and I think it's an important thing, making sure everything's charged for safety reasons, and making sure that when you're off grid, just makes it a little bit more comfortable and that you're ready to go. But that's it for number one. Excellent. So for number two, it's your fridges and your eskies. So for us, for off-grid camping, we do take our 12-volt camp fridges, but we also take eskies as well. So the thing is with these is getting them prepped up. So with our fridges, before we go off-grid, before we head out on a camping trip, we make sure that we plug these in like the night before or the day before, just to get them down to temp, because normally when we do get home from camping, we clean them out, let them air out, and then store them away. But before we head out and prep them, we make sure that they're down to temp. So plug it in the 240 volt, get them down before we put food in. So when we do put them in the car or the camper trailer, whatever, to head out on the road, it's more efficient. They're already down to temp. Everything in there's cold, so it's not going to be drawing or pulling too much power. So it's a lot more efficient. But that is something that we do, which is important for us because we do run, the 12 volt fridges when we're out. We also take out eskies as well, whether it's for beers or drinks or whatnot. With eskies as well, there's a few things that we do in preparation for this, and that is we prepare block ice at home. So what we'll do is we'll make block ice up in the freezer that we'll stick in the bottom of the eskies, which really chill them down. And because they're big block ice, they do last longer out in the bush. A hot tip that we do when we do make the block up ice up is I use foil trays, so like your barbecue foil trays, using them to freeze the blocks out. And then what we do is once we use the blocks in the eskies, because we're cooking on the campfire barbecues anyway, we use the foil tray that we've used for the ice. We take that out on the road too so we can use them. So a bit of a dual purpose there. But you'll find, depending on what size esky you do have, the foil trays or barbecue trays that you get, there's so many different sizes and shapes, and you normally always have them around. You can use, the hand-me-down mum's old Tupperware containers, but look, you don't need to use them, just use the foil trays. But look, that's another way that we do go block ice in the eskies and get these down to temp the night before, and that is a hot tip. Also, just on that, we also freeze up a flagon, an old goon bag here of water. This is a 10-litre one. We also freeze these up because it's a great thing to keep your esky nice and cold. And when that does defrost down, you've got some really fresh, clean water out on camping. So that's another good hot tip. Hey, well, that's not actually a tip there. Look, moving on. So for number 3, it's water. Water or jerry cans in general for off-grid camping. Definitely everywhere you go off-grid, there's no amenities, all of that sort of stuff. It's a part of being self-contained and all those sorts of things. And when you are out on the road, you need water. So jerry cans is definitely something that we always prepare and always take with us. So it's not just about the water. When I say jerry cans, that's for like fuel and that sort of stuff as well. Extra long trip, long distances between servos, that sort of thing. You might need to take some fuel as well, especially if you have like chainsaws and those sorts of things as well. But for us as a hot tip, yeah, definitely always taking water with us. So we rinse and prepare these before we go, just so that, yeah, we do have it when we're off grid. The thing is, as a hot tip, which we learnt the hard way, when you do fill these bad boys up, make sure that this little bung down here is actually tight. Yeah, we've kind of had a bit of a boo-boo with that in the past. But yeah, water's really important. It is always something that we prepare. Clean them out, get fresh water in there before you take it off. But yeah, that's something that we always do when we go off-grid. Excellent, guys. So number 4, toilets. So yeah, off-grid, like I said, there's no amenities. So toilets is definitely something that's high on our list. Should have been number 2 on the list. I was just thinking that. But anyway, toilets. So we take a Chem toilet out with us, or whether you take a Thunderbox. This is the Thunder Down Under toilet. But yeah, these are definitely something that we do take out when we go, and we prep this before. The reason why I say prepping is because with the Chem toilets or the porta potty like this, it's the flushable one here. So we prepare, like, have water in it, and there's also the non-toxic breakdown stuff that we do put in it and get that activated before we go. So we prepare this by filling it up, getting those chemicals and that sort of stuff in there so it's ready to go. With the Thunderbox, it's really good. We use this because it is a really good bucket. So we do stick toilet paper, sanitizer, all of those sorts of things in here. So it's kind of good for the storage when you are taking it out there. So when you do get out, you're ready to go. You've got your toilet paper and everything in here, and this toilet's ready to go. But it is something that is definitely, for off-grid camping, is definitely there on that list. Cheers.
So the next one we do is actually go through all of our drawers and make sure that everything that we've got in here is all stocked up. Obviously, we like to do this when we come home from camping, but sometimes you're just too buggered and you can't be bothered. So we go through these, make sure that all of our oil and everything is actually topped up, all of our tea and coffee. And one really important thing is we actually go through the first aid kit and make sure that if we've used anything out of it, we've topped it up, because we always keep our first aid kit and our snake bite kit in these drawers. So we just make sure that any sort of Band-Aids or any swabs or anything that we have used out camping, and trust me, we use a lot when the kids come with us, we just top it back up. So then, if anything does go wrong when we're out again, everything is all good to go. So I do go through all of the spices, obviously sauces as well. I do keep these in a Ziploc bag just in case they spill, but go through, make sure everything's filled up and ready to go. So then it's just a matter of chuck it in the car and away you go. I forgot to mention one thing that is always in our boxes, and we always make sure that it's topped up. That is, we always have fire lighters and 50 million spare packets of matches. But just in case, you know, all of that gets wet or anything is terrible, we do have one of these, which is like a safety lighter as well, which will, you know, it just lives in there. So it can get wet and whatever, and then we can always have a way to light a fire. But yeah, these are the other essential things that we never not have in our drawers. All right, so as a bonus, we are going to chuck in an extra one.
Ooh,
so
wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more. Yes. So this one is talking about lists. Obviously, I've said in previous videos, I'm a massive list writer, but that is one thing that we do, and we do check twice. A lot, check more than twice, actually. So we do our lists on our phone. So we have Samsung phones, so we use Samsung Notes. It's really good because it's got a checkbox option, so it crosses it off as you check off the list. One big thing we do is just before we're leaving, everyone's in the car except for LT and I, and we actually go through the list, and we verbally, anything that's not checked off already, we go through it together just to make sure nothing is left behind.
Yep. So yeah, and it is crazy, like the list that we do, it's your inventory. So everything you have, like the back shed that we have out there, like there's stuff in there, like, you know, if we didn't have a list, we'd forget half the stuff that's in there. So, and Suze, because she's just that prepared, will actually have a list for the 6 of us, so when it's the kids and us, and for trips that we go when it's just Suze and I. So yeah, so we have all those lists. So yeah, write it down in a notepad if that's your style.
Yep.
But yeah, having a list is a really important thing. It's probably the most important thing, I think.
Totally. And like LT said, the lists are different. So obviously, because we go on different styles of camping as well. So LT and my list is quite short because we don't need half the amount of stuff. But it's even things down to, like LT said about the inventory, like we do have sand pegs if we're going to a place that's beach camping or maybe it has softer ground, where we won't take them every time because we use the screw and pegs generally. So it's those sort of things. So we do sort of alter it as we go, but it has worked great for us. And we can share the notes between each other as well, which it does help. So then LT can be, you know, packing the car, and I'll be inside actually organising maybe the food or all the stuff inside. So then we're keeping track of who's doing what, I guess. Yep. Yeah. But that was our bonus round.
Yeah. But yeah, look, guys, if you're liking what we're doing, we will do a few other ones, like just to try and answer some questions that you guys have been throwing out there. Really appreciate the following and the support. Please keep up those comments and that sort of stuff. And if this is something that you like, you know, let us know. Hey.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we'll keep them coming if this is what you want to see.
Yep. So like and subscribe. Do all of those things. Thank you so much for watching our videos. Really appreciate it. And until next time,
get amongst it.
Nailed it. Nailed it.